macro-centric, and it's a new kind of Sensui instinct we've never seen before. Confirmed, he is playing the high loss, rocking a Revitalize on it, so I don't know what happened to Sensui in Malaysia.
I don't know. We'll see what it unfolds here, but this is the opening game, opening match for MPL Philippines Season 15. Is it going to be a new era ahead of us? We're going to find out with these first two teams battling now, Twisted Minds and Aurora Gaming. Now we get it situated here. Renmar, how's it looking for the emblems?
Oh, well, for right now in the beginning of the game, you got the Hilda aggressively going into the mid, so he gave the vision. Actually, the Demon Kite is in his orange buff, so that's info already for Twisted Minds. While he's in the mid lane, he just completely left the Phobius there. And speaking of the emblems that you mentioned, let's just think about that some other time.
Ask and you shall receive. Eventually, we'll get there.
We'll get there eventually, you know? But yeah, that's the main thing. I think, you know, for the early game, things kind of getting situated here. One thing I really want to know is, because of the Hayabusa for MP the King, how aggressive can he start? Especially the fact that you have a Cholo across from you and it's Renegade, and we all know, you know, the hitman, that he's got his name for a reason, how aggressive he's going to be.
I'll tell you now, on behalf of MP the King, not at all. You see how this Hayabusa did not cross the river at all? But what's bothering me is how come Renegade is not crossing the river too? You mentioned how aggressive he is, but he's here being more of a security guard instead of a hitman.
Yeah, his rotations right now just speak of, let me protect Dom and Kite first. So Twisted Minds went into this with a possibility that it's going to be a hyper-aggressive Twisted Minds trying to get the gold laner down early. But right now, Twisted Minds here first against Aurora in the center of the map.
Forcing some shadows out from MP the King. Hajizi playing with range here, down to a third of his health. A little bit of a back and forth action. No real conclusion just yet. Look at that amazing cut down bottom.
Yeah. That was a big cut down at the bottom. Now fight.
Oh, Sensui looking very low despite popping the Revitalized. It's slain by the last Raider. The steal by MP the King though on the turtle, and they're happy with their objective. They back off. Here comes Aurora with the rest of the squad coming through. Yue blasting James, and here's a real elimination. Defensively used by Hajizi. Purple still standing, and the rest of Aurora back off.
Yo, Hajizi saved that purple buff from falling into the hands of Aurora. He had to use his ultimate to do it, but they needed to make sure they kept it. And I think this is where we're seeing a little bit of the inexperience of Sensui in the roam role. You should not be that deep for the first turtle if the purple buff of your purple buff dependent hero hasn't been taken yet, because you leave yourself susceptible to getting invaded. Good thing Hajizi saved the situation.
Yeah, not only that too, but some of those little decisions will play a part as they transition here. Renegade is gonna get that level 4. He might just try to slow down MP, but it looks like he spotted out, so he finds him and he backs out. So again, a kind of a, you know, maybe a misplay to an extent there, that first turtle, but look at the fight here, still in the jungle.
Ooh, Glorious Pathway sent in to punish Renegade. Another one, EG, keeping Sensui down, throwing him 6 feet under the ground. Another free kill for Aurora.
That felt also just like an unfortunate timing by Sensui, going up against one of the most talented mid laners, Yue. His EG was put down perfectly.
Not only that, but you know, you saw the pathway drop down, but he was just seconds off from having the Revitalize.
I don't blame Sensui again. You saw Renegade use the flicker.
Yeah.
So that's a clear go sign, and that was what his instincts told him to do. It's just there wasn't much follow through, and he got punished instead.
Yeah, again, it goes back to the thought, pathway right now ain't that glorious. It's gonna take some time to be able to build it properly.
I think it's a high loss issue, man. Unless you're really bearing down on an assassin, that's gonna do the job. But here we see Demon Kite, looking to save Renegade, not gonna work out. Finally, Twisted Minds on the kill board.
All right, Twisted Minds, good response from them. At a crucial time too. I mean, this turtle's gonna be up here, but I'm not sure if they're gonna have free reign on it. James gonna make his way. They will start the turtle up though, and Aurora, she's zoned out here for a little bit.
Glorious Pathway, man advantage for Twisted Minds. Demon Kite very low, the EG used to save the Suyo, the jungler, and another turtle scored by Twisted Minds. They're looking to punish. How deep can they get? James here might get caught out, retreating underneath the river brush. A little bit more CC, and the deep dive by Mr. Consistent. One more takes him down.
And that's going to be difficult for any high loss to get out of, because your roamer is, or EXP laner that you're paired with is different. Oh, Renegade!
What? Way of the Dragon, serving up a kill to Demon Kite.
Hitman thing still activated, And Renegade, after getting read out by Twisted Minds before that previous turtle, now he was able to read Twisted Minds' rotation and take out MB the King. Great adjustment by Aurora.
Great adjustment. It looks like they're not going to just let up at all here. They're looking to make plays even in various lanes across the map right now. They might have lost the 2 turtles, but you can see the response from Aurora, and that's also Skypiercer now locked in for Dominkite.
And the Starlium Scythe in outplayed. So about 5 minutes in, I'm gonna say it now, yes, Insui has died 3 minutes since, but also nobody's touched outplayed. And this is dangerous. If you give a Harris that mid-game power spike, you could see the tables turn.
And definitely Aurora has to watch out for that because Outplay is getting really aggro, but he does have Sensui with him in lane. That has to be the warning shot for Aurora, that at some point they're going to really have to make a move for the gold lane, try to get a kill onto him. If not get a kill, just delay his farm. Speaking of, Thunderbelt already built up for Hilda. You got the Starlium for the Harith, and it's the 2-item rush for the Granger, the typical Hunter Strike, and a Sky Piercer for him.
Yeah, again, playing into this, they want to put pressure up here under this tier 1 turret top side. Renegade won't be able to find anything just yet. He does have Flicker available, so he could always pull that trigger, but they know Turtle is going to be up in about 10, and that's why you see some of the placements here. James!
Ooh, he's very deep, forcing Dominkite to back up. The Glorious Battle by Sensui, compromising Renegade's positioning, and the clapback now. Sensui forces to revitalize, taken down once more, serving up a kill to Demonkite. The man advantage going into the last turtle goes to Aurora.
And B?
Oh, they're not done. Shadow kill by MP the King. Does get the quad shadow out using maximum range. Whoa, they're still not done. Here comes outplayed. He does get compromised once more. The kick, the combo. Too late, the real world manipulation. James does find one. All this while Dominkite was pushing off Cam.
There's a lot of crowd control on the side of Twisted Minds needs to deal with. Single target getting maximized really well. The crowd control from the Fulvius, the Cho, the Vexana all together. It's getting Twisted Minds, well, sorry for the pun, twisted up in terms of the engagements of when to take it and what happens when they actually decide to take it.
It's interesting because, again, the concept is there. The theory with the lineup that they have is there. They just haven't found that right timing yet to make this all work. And a big thorn in the side of them is Renegade on the toe. Like right now, he's going to go ahead and spot them out, zone them out from this turtle. They might be able to claim this one. Here's the pathway.
They set it up. Another shadow set. It's Yue who gets the turtle. Shields and damage all the way for Aurora. They take down James. Edward's still alive. Deep diving in. Infernal Pursuit onto Hajizi, replacing him, repositioning him.
Edward!
Now they're still going. Down goes Edward. Killed by Outplayed. And trading up for Sensui. 2 for 1. Currently going for a beeline into mid.
Yeah, it's not an EXP lane diff, and it's an EXP lane pick diff. Fulvius over Hilda. That's the story.
That is the story. We're going to take a look here in just a second at the replay of that fight. Again, it took some time to get to the fight for the third turtle, but look at this difference here with the lineups that they have. And again, like you said, look at what Edward's actually able to do. The Hilda can't do this. You can't just go ahead and force yourself in pursuit against 3.
But that's what he tried to do. So he fundamentally went for a play that would punish him at the end of the day. And now they're forced to play off of the map. They're going where Aurora isn't, because that's the wrath of his 4K gold lead.
And right now the lead is actually slipping very much so over the Harith against the Granger, because it's now 3 items locked in. Malefic Roar already locked in for Dominkite, while still on the way to the Holy Crystal is outplayed. So they're sacrificing both of them, actually, the side lane, far lane in their respective towers. So that's just going to level out, and it's going to boil down to another fight around the center of the river, which, again, how will Twisted Minds answer the Fulvius when it comes to team fights? Because right now, they don't have the answer. With the Harith lacking the Holy Crystal still, every dash the Harith uses just helps Edward.
And not only that, but the fact that Edward did just pick up a Radiant Armor, too. You know, so, like, there's so much magic damage on this profile from Twisted Minds lineup that Edward being that guy in the front and then being able to soak that up and has that magic resistance is going to help him do it even more.
Save for the late game spike that Twist is now looking for. That's all they have. That's all, unless they snowball in the early game, it would have been too late. Oh my God, just off the camera, MP the King gets run through by Aurora in his attempt to get the purple. This all but seals the Lord. Now Edward trying to get some in. EG into 3! Down goes Edward, killed by James. Renegade as well, outplayed, is going insane. Yue goes down, 3 for 1, 3 for 2 the current trade. Now James is taken down by Dominkite, 3 for 3. The river is bloody.
I gotta say, good job for James, because we just talked about what the Hilda can and can't do. Well, at least he was able to do that and stop too.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about with the lineup of... Oh, wait, Haji's in!
Oh, blank, blasted by Dominkite. This is my boomstick.
You know, for Twisted Minds, without their ultimates, it's hard for them to engage. We talked about their lineup being drop, ulti, we fight, we win. And, well, they didn't completely win that one, but you get to see just how strong that very basic fundamental idea of MLBB is. The problem still stands. Aurora know the trades and understand the trades very well.
It's just the amount of damage that Aurora is able to pump out in such a short amount of time. And Dominkite, he's already a problem. You know, you can see it from this replay here. This was a good engage, and keep an eye too on James. He goes to the backside, puts enough pressure, but the same thing happens under that death box we were talking about on the other side.
All right. Action slowed down in real time, by the way. Here we see Renegade playing with fire, forcing out the shadow kill and the kick!
MP the King and Renegade. And what happened after that was Aurora clearing out the map.
Dear Lord, one of the 3 towers that went was an inhibitor down bottom, and now James checking in. River Brush. There's 4 members in vision. Glorious Battle set in, plus a real-world manipulation, and the clapback is real from Aurora, sending back the rest of Twisted Minds. And they spent all of their ults. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a clear take for Aurora. This Lord ain't going nowhere but the Northern Lights.
It's crazy because a different type of Lord messed with him. That was the Eternal Guard, the mini Lord, because it dropped down, hit 3, and it literally stopped Twisted Minds in their tracks. And they're like, nope, never mind.
It's like the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen Twisted Minds just go, because of you, it's really good timing.
Gojira!
You know, that'd be a good skin, like in the Godzilla goes down for the Eternal Guard. But yeah, US timing's been on point, and we're also reminded of one of the biggest problems. Again, we have to reiterate, Twisted Minds cannot reach Dominkite safely. Even if they got a good engagement there where they didn't all get knocked up, they still wouldn't have had the space to be able to reach Dominkite before Dominkite brought them down low with the damage from afar.
Yeah, it's like what we talked about. Again, for Twisted Minds, it's like, who are they going to be able to focus down? Who are they going to go for? Okay, he gets out of there. That's fine. They get ready for this defense. But their best target is probably an overstepped Renegade or Yue if they can. But here we go. We'll see if they hold on to the game right now. They're going to lose the top turret next. They're going to clump up around the base here. They got to deal with this Lord, and they take care of that. We'll see if Aurora goes. Renegade has an immortality, so he could take a step forward. Edward as well, the stalwart in the front. They hold on. Mid-turret's going to be the next focus, but right now it's Aurora knocking on the door.
Impressive defense by Twisted Minds, losing no bodies and surrendering only the top lane inhibitor. So they live to see another day, another defense. About a minute and a half until the Lord spawns.
Yeah, it's not looking good in terms of the items. MP the King has struggled this entire game. He needs one. If he can get that one item in there, that's when Aurora is really going to start feeling like a shadow kill. Even though it's going to be forced or early, is going to be a problem. You don't have to use it to sweep anymore. You can actually use it to just deal the initial burst damage Twisted Minds is having a hard time dealing at the start of a fight from a safe distance. And speaking of distance, again, the Granger is just pounding on Twisted Minds' formation right now.
Save for Haji's real-world manipulation. They are outranged.
Yeah.
Almost every single time.
And that's literally like that Granger pick. You know, it's such a nuisance for Twisted Minds to deal with because, again, when they don't have this kind of like catch ability, they're, one, not going to get close to Dominkite. So then they have to kind of default to, all right, who do we go? I mean, look at the amount of damage he's done. And a lot of that has just been firing off shots from the backside, you know, not really needing to do much because he knows every single time that Twisted Mind wants to actually fight, they're going to fight around Hajizi on that setup with the rear world manipulation. And so everybody's clumped up anyway. So you're just go ahead and shoot and shoot and shoot from the back and then let them shine from there.
Renegade baiting something out from Sensui here. Again, one of their only real semblances of a front line and CC. Twisted Minds, they might even have to take this in the base again.
Yeah, with the Lord up, speaking of instincts, Aurora, how they checked that formation of Twisted Minds there was just on point. First, the Queller from Demon Kite to spot Sensui. Then you got a Death Sonata spotting out, I believe it was James hugging a shrub. That's just Aurora showing off to Twisted Minds that, like, we're reading you, and that's another great toss of the Death Sonata. Again, formation red, Twisted Minds, yeah, they gotta let this go. If they full commit this Lord here, it's gonna be devastating.
I think this is where, once again, we see if Twisted Minds, if they force it here, again, it's playing against the range, but also the Eternal Guard being dropped down by UA. As long as they're able to get those checked off the box, I think they can put enough pressure towards the backside that they can make a play.
Another read. Yue blasts that brush as soon as James walks into it.
That's just familiarity, man. Like, Aurora's in the zone right now in terms of reading rotations and reading the potential placements of Twisted Minds in the shrubs.
This is now where you go ahead and you have to manage those waves. Bottom and top get pushed, but Haji's going to be fine. This might be a play here, though. All
right, Renegade Edward walking to the white brush. The way of the dragon, compromising. Sensui blasts him, pops his immortality. Renegade goes down. Outplayed as well, just as soon as he gets into range. Dominkai pushing away the back line. And it's all 4 members of Twisted Minds that entered. Rora's space taken out, and MP the King, the only one left. This could be an end angle.
They won't even need the Lord with it. They got the minions and the numbers.
And MP the King survives just to see his base get cracked wide open. Aurora, MLBB take game 1.